In today's video we have one of the most exciting games of maybe the last 2 or 3 years, because a lot of people who are into gaming industry was really waiting to see what is going to be the end product of the so-called game Scorn. And yes, it is a very unique game and we have a lot of things to talk about it. So, before we dive deep into the world of the Scorn, which is really interesting one, I would like to check with you. And only one thing I would like to ask. Are you subscribed to our channel? If the answer is yes, yeah, please the like button and let's go. But if the answer is no, well, I would like to know what should we do better so we can earn your really great subscribe. Anyway guys, let's begin the review of one of the really most interesting and maybe a little bit controversial game that will born a lot of discussions, Scorn. So Scorn isn't your typical horror game, offering little to nothing to the traditional scares. It attempts to make up for this with feeling of dread born from its empty, confusing corridors, unforgiving difficulty, and impracticable puzzles. But the most importantly with the game design. Well, it's a really long story that a lot of designers would maybe speak for hours and hours, but we will try to speak a little bit about the graphics and a little bit about everything else. Because it's actually one of the most interesting topic here. When it was shown first time to the public, everybody was stunned by how the game looks. It's the idea, it's the story that might be driving in, and the way how the level design looks. Because it looks really stunning. You have to have really creative mind to create such things, I would say. Well, but let's leave it a little bit for later. So Scorn difficult is really difficult. It can feel almost impossible to go through with some levels from the first time. You really a lot of the time will feel like you're lost and you don't know what exactly to do because the game doesn't tell you. And well, it's actually part of scariness in the game where you just go around, there is some things attacking you, the level design looks really strange and oh, it all adds up. Playing Scorn feels like aching enduring 10-hour hell racing, like a torture session, with shame because the game aesthetics and creative ideas are certainly commendable. For such a turning game, it has literally no text prompts, no dialogues, you don't even have map in the game. You move through its world by organic exploration, hope, luck, and nothing more. The circle of life stuff is surprisingly in your face. Before you're in an opening hour, you will have pried to the formed form from rooting egg, ripped organic weapon from its unbowling hoster moments, before you're saked with the thick milky substance as overwhelming, it knocks you out. At the end, there are statues in very compromising positions. Swollen abdomens and yes, unbreathable colors. Subtitled this is not. Wandering through the dark labyrinth halls in an alien world full of strange technologies, you can search for any sign and clue that might help you to solve any little puzzle that you will find to stuck on. Everything is quite safe for the disgusting, spellical sound I'm treating to whenever my character sticks their hand fist, or fingering into the lever of machine to activate it. Scorn doesn't fit in neatly into the really horror genre, as your fingers do really not switch things in game, being less scary and more strange to the point of background discomfort. Scorn presentation can also be compared to the work of Junji Ito. Specifically, Scorn shares the unforgettable story. How is it even possible sort of booty up to the combat in the Scorn, to be honest? Once again, if you look at this at the perspective of an experience, then you're gonna be okay. But if you look at the way how the game plays, there is problems in the gameplay. At the same time, can we speak about Scorn more like a level design genius kind of game? If we speak about sometimes Avatar as the movie, a lot of people say that the story in it isn't really brilliant, but graphically it was really astonishing. So is the Scorn kind of like an Avatar of gaming? In our opinion, actually it is, because the level design, graphic ideas, and everything in game is really cool. It's just the implementation in some points are quite weak. But this is something that you can work on. If you have more brilliant ideas like this, and you have this amazing experience and the practice of creating the game like Scorn, in the future you would probably create even more crazy game. So to say overall Scorn is something that you would really hear from everyone to be recommended. Because for the reason that the game looks great, the level design is amazing, there is a lot of things in the game that is unique. And this is very interesting. The puzzle aspects of the game is quite hard, and the lack of map creating it to the more crazy and hard level of the game. At the same time, you feel like maybe in the level design of the Scorn is 10 out of 10. To summarize, I would actually recommend you to experience Scorn yourself. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. I hope you enjoyed Scorn if you played it. If not, give it a try, guys. Like I said, it's an experience, and don't get frustrated. It will really help you.